We'll take more problems based on theorem on areas of similar triangle. So in this, I'll take a square first. I'll name square as ABCD. Now in this square, say there is one triangle drawn this side. I'll just correct it. There is a triangle drawn this side. This is how the triangle is drawn. And there is one more triangle which is on this side. This point is say E, this point is say F. Now for this sum, given to us, ABCD is a square, quadrilateral ABCD is a square, and triangle ACF and triangle BCE are similar. Triangle ACF, triangle BCE are similar. This is also given to us. Triangle BCE and triangle ACF are similar. We need to prove that area triangle BCE, area of triangle BCE is half area triangle ACF. Area of triangle BCE is half of area triangle ACF. This we need to prove. As I said, this sum is based on theorem on areas of similar triangle. So that theorem will be applied somewhere on this sum. And you need to understand the flow of the sequence, like how we are moving on, how we are getting the answer, how we have got the final answer. That flow you need to understand. Look at the proof now. First, we'll start with square. ABCD is a square. This is given to us. Now when I say square, when I say parallelogram, when I say rhombus, when I say trapezium, when I say rectangle, obviously these all are quadrilaterals. These all are quadrilaterals. Now, once you say, if I say parallelogram, there are some thoughts which should strike your mind. When I say rectangle, there should be more thoughts which should strike your mind. Example, when I ask you a plus b the whole square, it should be on your tongue of your mouth. A square plus 2ab plus b square. Right? So when I say parallelogram, when I say rhombus, properties, everything should flash your mind. आप लोगों को सब ध्यान में आ जाना चाहिए. Parallelogram मतलब क्या होता है? Rectangle की properties क्या हैं? यहाँ पर we are talking of a square. Very quickly I'll go. Square is nothing but it's a parallelogram. Square is a rhombus. Square is a rectangle. Right? That means square is a special parallelogram which is a combination of rectangle and rhombus. In square, all sides are equal. In square, all angles are right angle. So ABCD is a square. Again I repeat, in a square, all sides are equal. All angles are right angles. ABCD is a square. Therefore, I can say all sides are equal. All angles are right angle. So I can say that AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. Why? Because it's a square, so all sides are congruent. Okay, all sides are congruent because it's a square. Now, also I can say that all angles are right angles. So I'll write angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C is equal to angle D is equal to 90 degrees. Now, look at triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree. Okay, just now we have mentioned this. Now if I take each side as small a, this means that this becomes A, this also becomes A also becomes A. Angle B is 90 degree in triangle ABC. Therefore, if I apply Pythagoras theorem, I can write AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, AC square is equal to A square plus A square, because sides we have taken as A, AB as A, BC as A. Therefore, AC square equals to 2A square. Right, AC square is equal to 2A square. Therefore, we can take the square root now. So AC becomes under root A. AC becomes under root 2A if you are taking square root. But now, before going ahead, you need to find out what we need to prove. We need to get the relation between area triangle BCE and area triangle ACF. Relation between area triangle BCE and area triangle ACF. Now, in these two triangles are similar. Area upon area will become side square upon side square. Sides are BC for triangle BCF and AC for triangle ACF. So we are establishing relation between AC square and AC and BC now. Therefore, AC square is equal to 2 BC square. Why? Because BC is A. Therefore, so AC square is equal to 2 BC square. So if I want to write this in a fraction way, I can write AC square upon BC square is equal to 2 upon 1. We'll take this as first equation. So we have established relation between two sides. If you observe, AC and BC are the sides of triangle ACF and triangle BCE. Again, AC and BC are the sides of triangle ACF and BCE. So this was the motto, this was the objective of establishing relation between the side. Now, triangle ACF is similar triangle BCE. This is known to us, this is given to us. Now, if triangles are similar, we can write area triangle ACF upon area triangle BCE, ratio of the areas, as side square upon side square. So this will become AC square upon BC square. Theorem on areas of similar triangle. Second equation. Now compare first and second. First says AC square upon BC square 2 upon 1. Second says AC square upon BC square is area of this ratio. Therefore, from 1 and 2, we can write area triangle ACF upon area triangle BCE is equal to 2 upon 1. This we got from 1 and 2. Now look at what we need to get the answer. We require BCF on left hand side. Therefore, this BCF I am taking it this side. So I can write area triangle BCF, area triangle BCE equals to, this triangle has gone this side, 1 multiplied by ACF, we will get area triangle ACF only, and this 2 will come in the denominator, this 2 will come in the denominator, so instead of writing 2, I can write half also. So half area triangle ACF is equal to area triangle BCE. Half area triangle ACF is equal to area triangle BCE. So in this entire sum, if we again understand what was given to us, a square. Square is what? Where all 4 sides are equal. Square is what? Where all 4 angles are right angle. So in this sum, square was given to us, triangle similar was given to us, and we needed a relation between area of one triangle and area of another triangle. So how we have begun with? We started with a square, ABCD, square. Square means sides equal. We have replaced by name A, all angles equal, 90 degree each angle. So after that, triangle ABC we have taken. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree. Why B was 90? Because ABCD quadrilateral was a square. So we got, by using Pythagoras theorem, AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. After that, AC square, as sides are equal, common name A, so A square plus A square. So we got AC square is equal to 2A square. So AC square is equal to 2. Now A can be replaced by BC again, 2BC square. So AC square upon BC square is equal to 2 upon 1. We got this relation now. Again, why we have got this relation? Because when we want to apply theorem on areas of similar triangle, one side we get area, other side we get side. As you can make out, one side we have area, other side we have side. So this side value we wanted in advance, so that once we had applied this theorem, we could replace side values by the value which we have got. So area triangle ACF upon BC is equal to 2 upon 1. How we got this? From 1 and 2. And at last we got the answer.
Lot of students waste their precious time watching cartoons, movies, reality shows on TV. Then they waste their time on social networking sites. When the students sit to study, they are unable to concentrate to get your studies finished, and they get low marks in exams. Parents shell out tons of money from their pockets for coaching classes. But who knows what is taught in these classes? Teachers at times get bugged up when you ask them questions. YouTube has a lot of information but little of use. This is where Study Spectrum TV channel comes in picture. Every chapter explained by different teachers with different examples and repeat telecasts. We remember 20% of the audio ads we hear, 30% of the printed items we see. But we remember 70% of the audio visuals. That is why video teaching is a powerful medium to learn. After watching Study Spectrum TV channel, you get a peaceful sleep with no tensions and no worries. You devote less time towards your studies and you get better marks in your exams. Visit us on www.studyspectrum.com. Follow us on Facebook. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe for Study Spectrum TV channel and keep edifying.
Okay, so we are taking some problems based on similarity. The first problem which I have taken is a triangle where angle B is 90 degree, angle E is 90 degree, value of AD is given to us as 6, value of BC is given to us as 12, value of AC is given to us as 18. So I'll mark it properly. For BC, AD is 6. Now in this we need to find out value of AE. We need to find out value of AE. That is, AE is how much? As I said, we are going to use test for similarity and we are going to apply that knowledge to get the answer for this sum. Let's see how we are getting the answer now. Solution for this. I am going to take two triangles. That is, triangle AED. First triangle. The other triangle is triangle ABC. Now the $1,000,000 question is, how I came to know that I have to take these two triangles. Many of us, especially students who are finding geometry a bit difficult, for them this is always a problem. How we have known that from where we have to begin. उनको क्या लगता है कि कोई भी सम कहाँ से start करना है, उसमें उनको समझ में नहीं आता है from where to start. I'll give you some key points. Understand this. Remember this. Triangle AED is there. Triangle ABC is there. Triangle AED, triangle ABC. I can make out vertex A is common in both the triangles. Vertex A is common in both the triangles. Vertex E is 90 degree in this triangle. Vertex B is 90 degree in triangle ABC. That means angle E is equal to angle B because both angle 90 degree. So I've got two reasons. So by AA test I can prove that triangles are similar. So that is how I came to know that I have to write AED and I have to write ABC. So I have taken these two triangles. Angle A is equal to angle A. Whether you write equals to sign or whether you write congruency sign, both means the same for angle. So either you can use equals to sign or congruency sign. Reason is common angle. Then angle B is congruent to angle angle, this will be angle E, because angle E is here. So angle E is congruent to angle B, each 90 degree, both the angles are 90 degree. So we got two reasons which are enough to prove triangles are similar. So we can write triangle AED similar to triangle ABC. The reason for this is a test of similarity. A test of similarity. Now once the triangles are similar, corresponding sides are in proportion. Again, corresponding sides are AE, AB, ED, BC, AD and AC. This will make things more easier for you. Look at this. Corresponding sides of similar triangles. When two triangles are similar, this is how you have to catch which are the corresponding sides: AE, AB, ED, BC, AD and AC. Therefore, I can write AE upon AB equals to ED upon BC equals to AD upon AC. Corresponding side of similar triangles. Now look at the values which are known to us. First, we require AE. AE is over here in this ratio, so this is required to us. So I'll put the values. And ED value is not given. BC value is 12, AD value is 6, AC value is 18. This means that we required this and this ratio. So what I am doing now is I am writing, therefore AE upon AB is equal to AD upon AC. Somehow this ratio is not required now. Why not required? Because we don't need it. So I'll put the values now. AE we need to find out. AB value is 12. AD value is 6. And AC value is 18. AC value is 18. Therefore, AE equals to 12 into 6 upon 18. 12 into 6 upon 18. Therefore, AE equals to 6 3s are 18, 3 4s are 12, 4 centimeter. This is the answer. AE is 4 centimeter. So if you notice, what we have done is, we have compared two triangles. When we have compared these two triangles, somewhere we have applied test of similarity. And that test was AA test. First what we have done, पहले हमने triangles को similar proof किया. हमने triangles को similar mention किया. एक बार triangles similar हो गए, corresponding sides proportion में हो गई. उसके बाद जो values हमको दी हुई थी, the values which were given to us, वो values हमने उसमें substitute किया. And once we have substituted the value, unknown value का answer हमको आ गया. We'll take one more sum. Again, this sum will be based on test for similarity. In this, I am taking one triangle, and this triangle is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles means adjacent sides are equal. After this, from here, I am drawing one perpendicular. I am extending this side, and from here, again there is one more perpendicular drawn to this side. So if you notice, this angle is 90, this angle is also 90 degree. And I'll name this triangle ABC. The perpendicular drawn is D. This point is F, this point is E. Now let's see what all values known to us. In this, there is no numerical values given to us. We only need to prove with this information given, we only need to prove triangle ABD. Triangle ABD is similar to triangle ECF. We need to prove triangle ABD is similar to triangle ECF. This is ECF. This is ABD. Again, things which are given to us. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle with side AB is equal to side AC. Angle D is 90 degree. EF is perpendicular to AC, and we need to get the answer. Triangle ABD similar to triangle ECF. As I said, we are going to apply test for similarity. Triangle ABD, triangle ECF. I am considering these two triangles. Now in triangle ABD, one thing, angle D is 90 degree, D is in the last position. Triangle ECF, angle F is 90 degree, F is in last position, both angles are 90 degree. One reason we have got. For the second one, we know that side AB is congruent to side AC, side AB and side AC are congruent. This is known to us. So instead of these two triangles, first we'll get base angles congruent. First we'll get the answer for base angles. So I'll write down that first. AB congruent to AC, this is given to us. AB and AC are congruent, this is known to us. Therefore, angle B congruent to angle C, base angles are congruent. We know that in isosceles triangle, if sides are congruent, base angles are congruent. So if AB is congruent to AC, angle B is congruent to angle C. This is a property of an isosceles triangle. Now we'll take those two triangles which I have taken in the first stage. Triangle ABD and triangle ECF. I have taken two triangles now, triangle ABD and triangle ECF. Now in these two triangles, as I said, angle B congruent to angle C, this we have already proved, this we have already got in the initial stage. Angle D of triangle ABD is congruent to angle F. This is known to us. D and F, both angles are 90 degree. Each 90 degree. Therefore, the result is triangle ABD similar triangle ECF. These two triangles are similar. The test is AA test of similarity. So students, you can make out so easily. Information is given to us to get the answer. In no sum you will find that incomplete information is given to us. Please understand this. When we need to find out AE and if you are applying test for similarity, obviously remaining values, you will come to know the remaining values once the ratio is formed. Like over here you can make out. Same here, when it is told to us that we need to prove these two triangles are similar, enough information is given in the sum, and just we have to chalk it down, just we have to note it down, those information, and we have to get the answer. So we'll take another sum based on test of similarity. Now in this sum, we'll take two triangles. We'll take two triangles and we'll name triangles as ABC and PQR. Let's see what all is given to us. In this, let's see what all is given to us. Say triangle ABC has got sides as 5, 6, 7. So I'll go in sequence AB, BC, AC. This triangle has got sides 5, 6, 7. And say perimeter of triangle PQR is 360. Perimeter of triangle PQR is 360. So this is given to us. Perimeter triangle PQR is 360 units. And sides for triangle ABC is 5, 6, 7. Also, it is given to us. Triangle ABC is similar triangle PQR. This is also given to us. Triangle ABC is similar triangle PQR. Say question is asked to us. Find out sides of triangle PQR. So we need to find side PQ, side QR, side PR. These three sides we need to find out. Again, perimeter is 360, side given to us for triangle ABC as 5, 6, 7. Triangles given to us to be similar. We need to find out sides of triangle PQR. Let's see how we are going to get the answer for this. Triangle ABC, similar triangle PQR. This time it is already given. In the previous two sums, when we got the answer for triangles similar, we have applied test for similarity. That was AA test. If you remember, before this we have done two sums. In that we have applied test for similarity. But in this, triangles are already given to us similar. Now when triangles are similar, I have told you before also, corresponding sides are in proportion. So we can make out corresponding sides are AB, PQ, BC, QR, AC, PR. These are corresponding sides of the triangle. So I can write AB upon PQ, BC upon QR, and AC upon PR. These are corresponding sides of similar triangle. Now we'll put the values. Value for AB is 5, so I can write 5 upon PQ. BC is 6, 6 upon QR, and value of AC is 7. So I can write 7 upon PR. So we got 5 upon PQ, 6 upon QR, and 7 upon PR as the next ratio. Now after this, if you remember, if we apply the ratio by which we can add all these three, we can add all these three ratios, we can subtract these three ratios. You must have done in your earlier classes. Theorem on equal ratio. So if you apply theorem on equal ratio, I can write by theorem on equal ratio. I can write each ratio. In this case, each ratio is, these are each ratio. I can add all three. 5 plus 6 plus 7. What I am doing is, I am adding all three upon PQ plus QR plus PR. By applying theorem on equal ratio, what I can do is, I can say that ये जो 5 upon PQ है, इसकी वैल्यू 5 plus 6 plus 7 upon ये हो गई. सेम वे 6 upon QR की वैल्यू ये रेशियो हो गई, 7 upon PR की वैल्यू ये रेशियो हो गई. By applying theorem on equal ratio. Therefore, so each ratio becomes this much now. Also, PQ plus QR plus PR if you look at perimeter is given to us is 360. Why? Because perimeter means sum of three sides. The reason is perimeter of triangle PQR is given to us as 360. This is the reason we got this answer. So I can write each ratio equals to 5 plus 6 plus 7. 7 plus 6 is 13 plus 5 18. 18 upon PQ plus QR plus PR, which is 360. 18 upon 360. Now 18 2s are 36. So this ratio becomes 1 upon 20 because 0 is also here. So 1 upon 20 we got. Therefore, 5 upon PQ is equal to 1 upon 20. 6 upon QR, 1 upon 20. Each ratio 1 upon 20. Each ratio means these are each ratio. Also, there is one more, that is 7 upon PR is equal to 1 upon 20. Therefore, PQ goes this side, PQ becomes 20 goes this side, 5 into 20, PQ becomes 20 into 5 is 100, 100 units. This I think you can do yourself now. QR will go this side, right? So QR equals to 6 into 20. You're getting it? How we got QR this side? Because when you are multiplying, QR will go this side and you have to multiply these two terms. So QR becomes 120. Third one. PR this side. PR becomes 7 into 20. 7 into 20 is 140. This is the value of PR. So students, what we have done is, we have applied similarity. We have realized that if one triangle perimeter is known to us, and other triangle sides known to us, and if we know triangles similar, that means if we know sides are in proportion, we can find out the three sides. Now if I ask you one simple question, right now I am asking you a question. Instead of this 360, suppose value would have been 180. Suppose the value would have been 180. Baki side same, 5, 6, 7 all same. Instead of 360 it is 180. Guess your answer for PQ. How many of you guessed 50? Very good. Guess for answer QR. Don't you think it will be 60? Half of 120? Because perimeter is instead of 360 it is 180. PR. Instead of 140 it will be 70. Now if you look at half of this 70, half of 120 60, that gives you 130. Half of 100 is 50. So sum of all three, that is 70, 60, 130 plus 50 will give you 180, which is the perimeter in the imaginary sum which we have taken. So students, why don't you practice? Immediately I am giving you an assignment. Keep everything same. Instead of triangle, perimeter triangle PQR, take as 180 and repeat this sum. Instead of perimeter triangle PQR 360, take it 180, repeat this sum and get the answer. This will be a nice practice for you. Fine. So we'll move on. We'll go to next theorem of similarity. That theorem is similarity of a right angle triangle. Similarity of a right angled triangle. Theorem. Similarity of a right angled triangle theorem. I have noticed many students find this theorem to be very complicated. The reason they find is they never go to the basics of this theorem. They just keep on doing sums, but all the time they are confused which triangle to be taken. After some time, I really want all of you to be very confident how to apply this theorem. Fine? So I'll take a triangle again. I'll go very slow to make sure that you understand this theorem very well. First thing, this theorem is applicable only in right angle triangles. Similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. This theorem is applicable only in a right angle triangle theorem. In any right angle triangle, I am naming this triangle ABC. In any right angle triangle, if a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of right angle, again, if a perpendicular is drawn from a vertex of right angle to the hypotenuse, then triangles on either side of this perpendicular, this is the perpendicular drawn, this side there is one triangle, other side there is another triangle. Triangles on either side of perpendicular are similar to each other and to the original triangle. Given to us triangle ABC, all which are marked O in the figure, all that is given to us. Angle B is equal to 90 degree. BD is perpendicular to AC. This is also given to us. To prove, as I said, triangles on either side of the perpendicular. To prove, first thing, triangle ABC, similar triangle ADB. Second, triangle ABC, similar triangle BDC. Third, triangle ADB, similar triangle BDC. Also, one more, BD square equals to AD into DC. You can write CD also or DC. Look at this. In a right angle triangle, right angle vertex from the perpendicular is drawn to the hypotenuse. Once this perpendicular is drawn, there are two triangles formed, triangle ADB, triangle BDC. We need to prove those two triangles are similar to each other and to the original triangle. So triangle ABC, similar triangle ADB, first triangle ABC, similar triangle BDC, triangle ADB, similar triangle BDC, and fourth, BD square is equal to AD into CD. This is all we need to prove. So we'll start with the proof. Triangle ABC, triangle ADB. I am taking these two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ADB. Now in these two triangles, angle A is common, very easy to make out. Angle A is common. Angle B of triangle ABC is equal to angle D of triangle ADB. That also you can make out. Why? Because both angles will be 90 degree. Angle B congruent to angle B, each 90 degree. This is common angle. Therefore, triangle ABC similar triangle ADB by AA test of similarity. Triangles are similar by AA test. Therefore, if triangles are similar, we can say corresponding sides are in proportion, corresponding angles are congruent. But if you look at the first answer has been reached, we have got the first answer. That is triangle ABC similar triangle ADB. Now we will do the second part. Second part of it, that is triangle ABC, triangle BDC. Again, we will be applying a test of similarity, then only we can prove these two triangles similar. In triangle ABC and triangle BDC, this time we can notice angle C is common for both. Angle C is common for both. This is angle C. In triangle ABC, angle C is here. In triangle BDC, angle C is in last position again, like in triangle ABC. So we can write angle C congruent to angle C, common angle. Many of you must be thinking then B is also here. You must be thinking angle B is also here. But this B of triangle ABC is 90 degree. ABC, this is B for ABC. For triangle BDC, B is only this portion. B is only this portion. So we cannot take angle ABC congruent to angle B of this triangle, right? Hope you are getting it properly. So angle C congruent to angle C, common angle. Angle B of triangle ABC is congruent to angle D of triangle BDC. Why? Because each angle is 90 degree. Therefore, we can say triangle ABC similar triangle BDC by AA test of similarity. So we got first and second answer of what we are looking for. Now from these two, triangle ABC is coming both. In both the answers we are getting triangle ABC. So conclusion is from these two, triangle ADB similar triangle BDC. If you name this as first equation, this as second equation, we can say we got this from first and second, because in both there is triangle ABC. We got the third answer also, that is triangle ADB similar triangle BDC. Now once these two triangles are similar, corresponding sides are in proportion. We know this, that when two triangles are similar, corresponding angles are congruent, corresponding sides are in proportion. We can write AD upon BD equals to BD upon CD equals to AB upon DC, corresponding sides similar triangle. Look at, in third answer, we require BD square. BD square. This means that this ratio is not required. This means that this ratio is not required. Therefore, we can write BD square is equal to AD into CD. This is our fourth answer. This is also called as geometric mean property. This is also called as geometric mean property. So students, what we have done is similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. If any condition arises like this, where we have a right angle triangle and from a right angle vertex there is a perpendicular drawn, we can come to these many conclusions. First one, original triangle similar to upper triangle. Second one, original triangle similar to lower triangle. Third one, upper triangle similar to lower triangle. Fourth one, perpendicular square is equal to multiplication of this side. next we'll do some practice. How to identify the sequence of triangles for using similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. So I'll take one triangle this way. Now I want to apply similarity of a right angle triangle theorem in this. So minimum conditions are, one of the angle has to be right angle, and from that right angle vertex there has to be a perpendicular drawn to the hypotenuse. This is our first example. Just to make sure that you understood this theorem very well, I'll complicate this now. In second case, I'll draw the triangle like this, and this is the right angle vertex. From here, perpendicular is drawn. I'll name this triangle as this figure as PQRS. In the third case, further, I'll go this way. Right angle D, E, F, G. And in the fourth case, I'll draw the triangle like this. This is the perpendicular drawn, P, S, G, O. Perpendicular drawn. Now in all four cases, we will be applying similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. For application of similarity of a right angle triangle theorem, some important key points which I am going to share with you. Key points are, look at the figure in a L shape. Look at the figure in a L shape. First rule to apply this theorem. Look at the figure in a L shape. This is the L shape. This is L. When we write L, capital L, we write this way. So when I am looking at this figure, I am looking this figure this way. In other words, vertex A is on top. Vertex A is on top. In the second case, again we have to look this figure in a L shape. So what I am doing is, I am drawing one L. I am making an L. Now if you look at, if I want to look this in a proper L, vertex R will go up. Say for example, if I am removing this triangle from here, and if I am putting it this way to make it like L, vertex R will go up. Right? In third case, vertex F will go up to make it L. There is only one condition by which you can make this figure as L. Vertex F will go up. In the fourth case, can you guess which vertex will go up? Which vertex will go up? I am very sure you must have guessed it right. Vertex G will go up. To look this figure as L, vertex G will go up. Now we know that triangle ABC similar triangle ADB by similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. Second, triangle ABC similar triangle BDC. Third is these two, triangle ADB similar triangle BDC. And fourth, which is the geometric mean property, we can write BD square as AD into CD. This is your geometric mean property. These are the four answers which we get by using similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. Now I want you all to be very thorough, very professional, very clear with the concept, so that you can apply this theorem in any figure. There is a second figure drawn, you should be able to apply same rule, you should be able to give me the right answer. First one, when we are looking this triangle in a L shape, vertex R is going up. Try to visualize this figure in this shape. Again, try to visualize this figure in this shape. Very easy. L, you identify L. When I have to draw L, I will be starting RPQ. When I have to draw L over here, I will be starting FED. Over here, when I have to draw L, I'll be writing GOP, right? So automatically, my answer should be, are you guessing the answers now? Because you have to be very clear with the concept. Triangle RPQ, LRPQ, similar. Now in this case, it was ADB. Now when you are looking this in an L shape, right? When you are looking this in L shape, it will be RSP. This is your first answer. Second, triangle RPQ. In the first case, it was triangle BDC, right? Triangle BDC. In this case, it should be triangle PSQ. Third case, these two triangles will be similar because both are this side. Triangle RSP, similar triangle PSQ. And in the fourth case, this is the perpendicular drawn, PS square equals to RS into QS. So understood now? If the figures are changed, you should be able to identify and get the right answers. We'll practice for one more sum. For the third sum, first step. Once L is made, vertex F has gone up. So we'll get triangle FED, similar to. Go back to the first one, which is your original sum. Triangle is ADB. This time, triangle will be FGE. Right? Second, triangle FED. Look at the basic sum now. From vertex B, DC. Now this is your L shape. This is your bottom triangle. This is your lower triangle. This will be triangle EGD. Third, these two triangles are similar. So this will be similar. Triangle FGE. Similar triangle EGD. And fourth is geometric mean, that is EG square equals to GF or FG into DG. FG into DG. This is your geometric mean property. There is one more sum. Now in fourth one, you can make out once you want to see this triangle in a L shape, vertex G will go up, right? Vertex G will go up. You can come to 4 answers. Once vertex G has gone up, name of triangle will become GOP, similar to triangle. Second one, triangle GOP, similar to triangle. Now it has gone up, so GOP, similar triangle GSO. If you look at how we have done it, triangle ADB, right? Once it's been, direction of this is being changed, so this will become GSO, triangle GSO. Then second time, it was triangle BDC. So this time, once direction is changed, this will be triangle OSP, right? This will be triangle OSP. I hope you are getting it. OSP. Vertex right angle, from there we are starting. BDC. Vertex right angle, L shape will be converted. Once it is L shape, OSP. Triangle GSO. Similar triangle OSP. We can also apply geometric mean property, that is OS square is equal to PS into GS. This is called as geometric mean property. So idea of taking these sums was you should be very thorough, very clear with the concept of similarity of a right angle triangle theorem. So we have done practice for 4 sums.